I feel emotionally compromised. Today is about 2 weeks after I, 38 male, confronted my wife about the infidelity. Wife, 37 female of 8 years. 10 years together, 2 kids, only one is biologically mine. Asked for a separation, then she went on a trip with some friends. When she was away, I found out most of the details of the affair. It had been happening for months. I had suspected it, but I had been working on improving myself and was hopeful we would recover. To me, the most painful thing is that for months I have been asking to go to couples therapy, to try to fix things, etc. But in retrospect, she checked out of the marriage some time ago. For months I tried to be supportive because I thought depression was the cause. I became the house parent. I cooked, I cleaned, I did the laundry, etc. I didn't see a reason not to try to fix our marriage, and I felt things were better. She went out most nights with friends, to drink and party, etc. When she came back from her trip, I confronted her and told her that I didn't see a way forward because all the trust was broken. So I asked for a divorce. The weird thing is I feel closer to her now that all those months ago. We have been talking a lot. She is remorseful, but I don't believe she wants to stop. I feel she has feelings for him. Why am I still thinking a future with her is possible sometime down the line? If she hasn't tried anything and has taken the easy path every time, why am I not angry and try to see everything from her point of view? Why did I hug her and console her the night it all went down? Why would she throw everything down the drain for a whim? Why does she still also see a future with us down the line? What was her end game in all of this? Why I can see us as friends? Why I can talk to her most of the day? Now she is probably on her way to the other guy, and I feel empty in the house with the kids, trying to visualize a future where we are not together, trying to find out what is the best way for me and the kids to transition. I have felt so alone for so much time trying to fix this all by myself. I didn't want to talk to anyone about it to not sour relationships. But I feel like every one of her friends knew and laughed behind my back, because most of them have done or are doing something similar. I don't like that I feel this emotionally compromised. Sorry, this is my first post, not sure of the formatting or flaring. I just wanted to vent a little bit. Reader comment: you are being way too nice and way too good for a woman like this. I understand your wants and needs and your love for her, but she will eventually kill your heart, mind, and soul. Get rid of her. She is nothing more than heartache, headache, and trouble in your life. Your life will be cut short because of her. Original poster: I get that, but part of me wants an easy divorce, and not to be away from my kids, and I'm probably not thinking clearly about everything since it still is fairly recent. Reader comment: an easy divorce is the divorce she doesn't see coming. The friendship is over, sorry about that. Now you need to look out for yourself and the kids. Get an attorney, develop a plan, and serve her. Things have progressed too far to continue being a nice guy, and things will never be the same again. Best of luck, my friend. Original poster: thanks, I know I need to hear this. I have an attorney already, and from what I have discussed with her, we agree on most of how to divide the assets, except the house we recently bought. I need to stop living in fantasy land of thinking everything will be the same again. Reader comment: your marriage is over. Don't sugarcoat anything. She betrayed you and your children and spread her legs for other men, and you can bet there was more than one. Do yourself a favor and change the locks. It is your house now, and she needs to be gone from your life as much as possible. Tell your mutual friends of her affair and that it's the cause of the divorce. Stop being wishy-washy and stand up for yourself. Be strong and assertive and take charge of the situation. She's done, so be done with her. Original poster: thanks, I know it's over. A part of me is hopeful of the future without her. Both families are aware. I feel betrayed by her family because they knew and didn't step up. They support the divorce and my reasoning. Some mutual friends know, but I have been delaying talking to most of the others. I'm being more assertive and taking the initiative, so it's just the signatures and be done with it. But I need to calm down and stop all ideas of reconciliation, since I know that will never give me peace. Story 2. I need some advice. I am a 43 male. I was with this woman, 46 female, for about 4 years. About 2 months ago, we were staying together, and she said her daughter and son-in-law were having issues in their marriage and her daughter wanted her to come there. We were sharing each other's location, and she said she will be back no later than 2 hours. Her daughter lives about 30 miles south from where we were at. She showered, put makeup on, etc., and she never wore makeup except when she was trying to impress someone, so that was a red flag, and when she usually goes anywhere she would give me a kiss. Not this time. She just left, didn't even look at me, said she'll be back no later than 2 hours. About 30 minutes later she calls me and says, "Kyle, where are you?" And I'm like, "No, it's Jerry." And I said, "Why are you waiting for him?" After she hung up with me, her location goes off, and I didn't hear from her until 12 p.m. the next day, and when I asked her why she didn't answer or call me, she said she left her phone in her daughter's car and her daughter wouldn't let her use her phone to call because she said she don't like me. The next day we are in my truck. She's in the back seat and she fell asleep and her phone kept going off, so I unlocked it and there was about 10 messages from a contact named Babe. She tried to tell me that was her 7-year-old niece. Her niece doesn't have a phone and she forgot that my daughter is dating her nephew, the 7-year-old's brother, so my daughter tells me stuff. So when I checked the messages it says, "Do you want to go to the casino?" So I replied, "Who this?" And the reply I got back was, "It's me, Kyle, you was with me the other night." So I woke her, asked her WTF, I called the number and he admitted everything to me, telling me they're in a relationship for 6 months. She got out, took off with her car. The next day I happened to drive by a store and what do I see her and this dude hugging and kissing. I pulled up and said, "What up, we need to talk," and she gave the oh shit look, got in her car and left, and dude followed her. I called, no answer, I texted, no reply, she blocked me on everything. Fast forward to a week and she emails me saying her car is out of gas on the side of the road, she got no money, she wants me to help her. Remember, now she blocked on everything except email. So I tell her to tell dude she cheated on me with the help, and that was the end of that. Few days later she calls from a random number saying she misses me and she didn't sleep with dude and she never and isn't sleeping with him. She was with him in a Motel 6 with one bed and she going to think I'm going to believe that they're not having sex. Calls me and texts me from random numbers for about 2 weeks. I don't engage her, just hung up and block her. So this morning she calls from a random number, she got away from dude and she has no money, she wants me to help her. I told her to just tell the truth when she stated cheating on me, and she tells me the whole time when she met him 6 months ago and he's 25. The first day she met him she slept with him and lied to me for over 6 months. Now for sure I don't want anything to do with her, but I have a conscience. Should I help her out or just keep on not giving a F about her? All advice welcome. There are numerous things she has probably done besides this. Reader comment, hell no, don't help her. Never reply to her again when she reaches out. Obviously you're only useful to her for what you can help her with. Original poster, I guess it's not working out with dude so now she wants me back. I told her don't ever contact me again. Story 3. 26 days since D-Day number 2 with my wife of over 23 years. Long post, but there is a lot of context. On 11/11 I was sitting at a table enjoying drinks and lunch with a group of other business owners when I got the text that brought so many years of doubt to light. First, a bit of history. As most young couples do, our first few years of marriage had extremely high highs and some rough spots, but we literally were best friends. We shared everything, hopes, fears, random flirty and sensual texts that light up the world. And that lasted for a long time. From time to time she would make comments to friends in a flirty way, but they were always in front of me, or if I didn't hear them, she'd tell me what was said. That never bothered me because I knew that at the end of the night, she'd be in my bed, in my arms, and it was my heart she called home. 5 years and we decided we'd had enough partying and travel and that it was time to build a family. Our daughter was born in 2006 and in 2010 our son came along. Sure, we were older and had both changed somewhat as people do as relationships progress. I may not have been as attentive at times, mainly due to the added responsibilities of being a dad to 2 small children. Never did I think it was something that would, in her words, make her resentful. In December of 2010, just 10 months after my son was born and while working at the same business together, I randomly stumbled across a number of very explicit emails between my wife and a coworker. Things like, if only we were single, and the whole husband of a friend of husband thing throws a wrench into it. Plus, I'm not convinced you could handle it. I immediately questioned her and was given excuses of her needing external validation because of her body image issues, insecurities, and some loneliness she was feeling as we drifted apart a little with the new family dynamic, responsibilities. It was a very rough 6 months. I have a very quick temper, and something that I've just recently come to understand by working with a great therapist. Deep inside I'm very insecure and to a fault very reactive. I was often mean and spiteful because I never felt like she fully came clean and was 100% honest in her intentions. We went to couples therapy a few times and had some communication tools to use, but I never felt like I got full closure, definitely not enough to fully trust her again. My insecurities let things that would have never bothered me create thoughts of what happened and what might again. We eventually came to a place where we could reconnect and we had a solid number of great years as a couple, but deep inside I never felt right or secure. I started doubting myself in things outside of the marriage, career, sports, mundane things people looked up to me for. Needless to say, we started drifting apart maybe 6 years ago. The difference this time is that we both started resenting each other and our marriage turned into an emotionless, unconnected coexistence of parenting and getting by. That was a horrible thing for me to realize. I continued down my spiral of unhappiness but wanted to be the best father I could be, and deep inside I kept telling myself that tomorrow we'll reconnect. The last 6 months I've been feeling extremely depressed and questioning why I was still even a part of this household. I'd often ask if I just didn't come home one day, would anyone even notice? I felt like a handyman, butler, chauffeur who had a place to stay in trade. Like I said, I've had doubts and fears almost continuously but buried them because I knew how much they'd hurt. Back to that text on 11/11. Those fears were confirmed. I drank myself to oblivion and went home and passed out at 4 p.m., not having said a single word to my wife or kids that entire day. The text was a link to a folder of images of conversations that my wife and the same coworker have been having since at least 2016 and as recently as September 2022. I'm fucking heartbroken, devastated, and a literal shell of myself. Foolishly, I held this in until my emotions erupted on 11/23 when I started a dialogue about the state of our relationship and how I felt used, abandoned, alone, etc. Out of fear, I haven't brought up the images and the second affair because I fucking love her, plain and simple. I know you'll tell me I'm a fool, but my heart wants to stay ... but only with all of her. My therapist has a plan for me to confront her, but we need to work through some things so that I do it in the best way without letting my temper and emotions get the best of me. I'm sorry that this post has become a rambling and a bit of a shitshow. I just need to feel like I have a